it helps all of you to enlarge your ideas, your views, your hypothesis around it. So even though the clients may not be involved in the contents of the what's been said, they are involved in a way in the process, just the same as the reflecting team are not involved in the content of the therapist and the client group. They are involved in the process. And the therapist takes up a rather unique position. He, by being between the two, doesn't have to take up the content of the reflective team. He doesn't have to take up the content of the client group. His position is there purely reflecting back one and the other. And that is a way in which he is enabled to be neutral. And also it helps him to have a different perspective of the contents from both sides and the processes that is going on in the whole area. Sometimes I suppose it might be helpful if there was an observing team to the reflecting team, because then the observing team could be observing the process going on with the reflecting team and the therapist and the client group. So in looking at all those three separate processes, they would be looking at the different orders of cybernetics. At the moment I've got an idea that somehow this is continuing to expand and expand. It's moving away from the ideas of a number of people that family therapy or any form of therapy is a science. And perhaps that's because of a number of beliefs around, every person is different. They're not all exactly the same, although they appear to be the same. They're all a little bit different. And so you can't fix them in a certain context. You can't fix their behaviour, their beliefs, their interpretations, their understandings, anything around them in a certain connotation. And that brings in more an order of philosophy. So perhaps, although there are certain constants which you believe would assist and may assist, there are also a number of inconsistencies, or so many inconsistencies, that the only real way to look at it overall is as a philosophy. And then link that back very much again to ideas around illusions and reality, that philosophies and ideas are all illusions. And until you can link them up with somebody who has similar philosophies and ideas, you can never have a reality.